Tonight, BMO builds a tombstone. I take it personally, and then I unleash the kind of explosive rebuttal usually reserved for German rental cars. Yes, BMO decided to craft a gravestone in my honor. A subtle hint, perhaps, that my YouTube channel is dying. Well, I've got an answer to that. Just playing. It's freaking sick. I mean, damn, BMO. Look at this thing. Not only is it going into my world, it's also getting added to the Not a Mod Pack as a structure that you'll come across in your travels with a little... Yeah, there's going to be something extra added in there. But other than that, I think I'm ready to rock and roll. I got all the parts and pieces. The placement of this is going to work, minus the chain thing. But I think there's a way around that using the cannon, I'm pretty sure. So if we pop this dude in here, boom, that's our schematic. Double check this, because I think I have all the parts, pieces, and things. Frog lamps was the problem, but I got that sorted out now. We got everything ready to rock and roll. All the stuff is in here yonder. And I think I just hit play, right? But what I want to do is I want to see this. Don't replace solid blocks. That's something that I think I want to do. Skip missing blocks. That works. Protect block entities. Don't know what that means, but we're going to say, okay, let's send it. It's dark out. Start building. It's going to take a while. I don't have a time wand yet. Maybe I should have made one of them before I started. Now the big question is, what do we put in there? I had a few ideas. The first one was jam it with every single crate mod machine ever invented and call it the ultimate factory. But now that seems a bit overdone. Then I thought maybe, we could survive 100 days and then build it. Just as I was about to give up and set fire to the whole thing, along comes a comment from a man called Saturday. A man who, frankly, plays Minecraft with enough laser beams to qualify as a Marvel villain. And he mentions Mekanism. What if, and I'm talking proper madness here, we automate Mekanism using Create mod? So sick. BMO, you earned that little segment. I get it. It's kind of boring to watch a little time lapse of a cannon shooting build blocks. But what I would love to see in the comments is BIMO. It's going to take you 2 seconds, but it's going to make somebody's day like you wouldn't even understand. BMO, thank you for the building. You did a phenomenal job with it. And it's an honor for me to put it in my world. Now, on to what we're going to do in there is we're going to automate Mekanism, right? So I've already done some of this, not by hand, right? Because I needed things. I don't know why I just did that. Thank you. Boom. I'm going to put a packager on this dude, right? Metallurgic infuser. This is a basic one. I already have it filled over here with redstone. Now, if I do this, I have a packager that's going to feed this guy. We're going to put a factory gauge on there with redstone in there, right? And if I say, let's say we want to hold 10 of that, it doesn't know that any of this exists. It doesn't read that. Even though I have this set up for left is the extra yellow, which is this, right? Boom, that's where you put the redstone. But if I do this, it now knows that we have 5 in there. Cool. So we can feed that with the frog. Doom, doom, done. Easy peasy. Redstone I'm not that worried about because I have plenty. As a matter of fact, I'm voiding it right now. Diamonds, on the other hand, are a little different because diamonds take 9 coal blocks with lava right over here, yonder. Let me go down here. Boop. Right here. See this? It's got to be heated, the blaze burner, which this is already set up. It's not a problem. Lava's in there. 9 coal blocks go in there. Boom, it stamps it, and I get 1 diamond. The problem is I only have these puny little tree farms over here, and I burnt through about I don't know, 50,000 logs already. So I don't really want to add more tree farms, but we can enrich the diamond. We can enrich the obsidian. And I think that's the move. So right now what I'm doing is I don't have a need for steel once I get this stuff set up. So I just had this running. Boom, I got the steel dust. That's now empty. We can get rid of this dude, and you can use the wrench on it because they know creating, mechanism. They play together, and we're going to play with them. But I need to play with this, figure out how I'm going to get stuff over there because I got to do the boat thing, Bobby Magee, all that. It's a mess. I'm going to get it going, and then I'll bring it back. BIMO in the comment section, please. Speed bumps and rabbit holes. That's what we're going to title this video, I think. It seems more fitting than BMO gives me. You get it. Here's the issue. I started infusing stuff, right? I have, I'll get into that later. But I wanted to say, remember I said, oh, they play together? That was about 2 days ago I said that. But I did say it. Here's the problem. Enriched carbon. And I also said, oh, I'm not making steel. This is for making steel. I have one piece in here. This is loaded with carbon. And this knows that there's one in there. And when I upped it to 2 to send enriched carbon from this dude over to this dude, he receives the package, but he doesn't unload the package. The issue is it says the inventory is full. Obviously, there's plenty of room in there, but I'm just a bot. Here's my problem. See this? Pulls from the left. That's the inventory, right? Set up. Boom. There's redstone in here. The machine has power. And in the barrel, I have a copper ingot. So technically, from what I remember, it would pull and put it here. It does not. And it could be due to the reason that this says this mechanism is currently in alpha, blah, 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 blah. Maybe. We need to figure out another workaround. Speed bumps. I think I've got a solution. Bobby Magee's bringing over charcoal right now, right? Boat's loaded. Boom. He brings over charcoal, puts it in this dude. Boom. They send it up here. He grabs it, puts it in this barrel. This thing sorts it into the enrichment factory. It does its thing, turns it into enriched. This guy pulls it out of there because this guy's requesting it. And it loads it into a hopper. Hopper feeds this, no problem. And once this gets filled up, and this is loaded with 64, which I'll find out in a couple seconds, minutes, rather, it should read a signal of 1 being in this hopper and stop requesting them from over there. And then the board will fill up, and we should be chilling. It should stop making enriched carbon. Hopefully. That's my theory. We're sticking with it. But for now, I gotta wash. Like I said, I gotta watch the enriched carbon fill up. And then this is gonna work flawlessly. Right? One more. Tell it. We need one more. Quick. One more. Please read. Signal off the hopper. Boom. All right, we got a way to load these machines. Redstone, diamond. Still got to figure out that. And that wasn't really a problem. Just another rabbit hole. You see, I've been making obsidian since I put in dripstone, the slow and painful way. But we needed to speed that up because I need more obsidian and we got to do other things with it later on down the line. So now that our technologies are advanced, we can do that. Ender tank pump feeds lava right here. Boom, behind here I have a waterlogged stair. It makes obsidian. Drill breaks it. It falls into this storage drawer. This is connected to a packager, stock link. Now the system knows we have obsidian. Frog sends it where it needs to go. And where it needs to go is here to the crushing wheel setup. This crushes it, makes powdered obsidian, and you also get obsidian as a return. So the issue is main input. That's where I have all things going from crushing wheel go to main input. This is our main input right here, this guy. This frog is main input, puts it into our main item vault. So we have to get powdered obsidian from here to the dome. How do we do that? Right here, check this out. Any powdered obsidian that's in here, this pulls it out. puts it on this depot. Then this guy grabs it, sends it to enrichment. And enrichment is how I'm getting all the things over there for right now. This frog takes enrichment, calls Bobby Magee. He brings it over there to enrichment. The goofy part is I didn't want to store obsidian in here because there's already a place for it. So what I ended up doing was the same thing I did for clay and flint is I'm pulling them out here. The clay and flint go on a belt and they get stored back over there where the sand is being processed. I'm also pulling out now obsidian from here. So I added a storage controller here. The obsidian gets pulled into there, and that storage controller is linked to this here functional storage drawer. So it's an endless loop or whatever you want to call it, right? Cool. So now we know how the powdered obsidian is made and the obsidian. Now what are we doing with it? Well, we're sending it to enrichment, right? Which is kind of an issue because this frog picks it up, sends it up onto this chain, and then the enrichment frog grabs it. And all I've showed you so far is it goes into the enriching factory. But the powdered obsidian needs to go a different way. So I'm pulling it out the right with a logistical sorter over here, goes in this item pipe, goes into the item vault. And it's stored in here and read from here. So because the way I have my pattern set up right here, crushing wheel, and then I have a 30-second expire on it, right? So it knows when there's 64 in this item vault down here, stop sending them to the crushing wheel. So that works. That's our little workaround for that. Now, we have powdered obsidian. What do you do with that? You have to send it over to that guy because it needs to be enriched with diamonds. So this guy, powdered obsidian, receives a package from this guy when it calls for it. Puts it in here. Boom, it sends it in here. It enriches it, and it turns it into refined obsidian dust. I'm holding 32 in here. This stock link and packager is linked to the system, so this knows we have 32. And when we need to do the final step, which is enriching it in the enrichment factory, it sends it from this frog back to enrichment, and then this logistical sorter puts it into the enriching factory. And that was simple. I don't know why I thought a boat was going to be a good idea. But here's the deal. We got enrichment, right? That's the only thing I'm feeding into. And I needed to figure out a way to get iron from here, copper from here, and osmium from here to the tube dome. And I'm going to use that same system, right? Sending it to this guy, the enrichment dude, and then it's going to go into this and then into this box. And then what I want to do is I want to add more filters here. So I'm going to go new filter. We're going to put copper ingot. That's going there. Another new filter. Iron ingot. That's going in there. And osmium, right? Another new filter. Boom. So now I can tell it send it all to this thing. It'll end up in this item vault. Cool. Double drawer. This one is going to get copper and osmium. And then a single drawer over here is going to get iron. I'm going to lock the boxes, right? I'm going to grab the right tool. Boom and boom. The boxes are locked. Cool. Amazing job, Tube. Thank you. Now, what we need to do is we need to put puller upgrades on here. 2 of them. 1, 2. That direction is east. East. 1, 2. Boom. Puller, puller, right? So if I take this thing, I take a wrench, and I go like this, boom, boom, and boom. I should have an ingot in here. So goofy, this game sometimes. Puller upgrade east. They don't pull at all from the item vault, which making no sense to me, like even a little bit. Get rid of them. It was a great idea, wasn't it, Tube? Yes. Thank you. 1, 2. Boom. Boom. Do you work? Now. Easy, wasn't it? Thought you were gonna get me, huh? Stupid game. That looks dumb as hell. All right, cool. And so do all the frogs that are here. But I think we got it. Now, we're close. So close I can taste it. And redstone rich. Don't taste too well. But that's where we're sending these. The copper, that was so corny. And the osmium. Boom. Right? I need these things and these things. We're going to put a packager on this guy. We're going to take a frog. And we're going to put him right here. And we're going to send it right there. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now, how do I want to deal with this? We're going to do the same thing here. Packager, frog. I hate this freaking mod. Not create, this goofy bridging mod. All right, now we got them. They can pull out of there, and we want to go like at these where the sign's at. Boom, we need a sign here, and we're going to call you Redstone Rich. Nailed it. The other guy is called Carbon Rich. Boom. Carbon Rich. Nailed it. And the last thing we got to do, we got to activate these chumpies. Go there, send it to Carbon Rich. Sick. You go here, send it to Redstone Rich. Sick. All right, we have that. It's easy. This whole game is so freaking easy. Just kidding. It's terrible. We have the infused alloy in there, and we have basic control circuit in there. So if I go like this and like this, why don't you go there? I really want to go there. I know you do. Why do you not want to go there? Cool. This. Boom. Then we go here. What did I say these things are called? Basic control circuit. Basic. 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 Control circuit. Boom. Boom. Then we say we want to hold, I don't know, 16 of these chumpies, right? And we want to send it to enrichment. Want to send it to enrichment. Boom. How many of these do we want to hold? What are they called? Infused alloy. Infused alloy. You see it? I don't see it anywhere. There. Boom. You go in there. Want to hold a lot more of them. Set it to 32 for now. We go enrichment. Bobby Magee, your turn to shine. This works great too. Nice job. Enrichment. Third time's the charm. Let's relink them. We got rid of the ones on the deal, right? We're going to try here. I'm going to go boom, boom. We're going to say, do need the copper ingot. I want it right here. Copper ingot, boom. And the other one was called Infused Alloy. Right here, boom. Okay, want to add a new connection. You go to there. No active target because you don't know yet. Enrichment, boom. What did I say, 32? Right. I should just do 2. I pulled all the ones out of the system already that are in the main storage, so it shouldn't recognize that we have any, and it should send them to enrichment. That worked. I don't know why it didn't work on the thing. Enrichment. Cool. Bobby? What are you doing? Here, champ. Why use a train? Stupid. Why? You know what I think the stupidity is right now? Is I added another train station. Now we arrived at Mechanism. No problem. I might have made a goofball mistake here. Package call, I get it. And he don't want to deliver it either. What are you doing now, dude? Oh, I never gave him the schedule. Holy. Alright. We gotta fix the port thing. But this is gonna work flawlessly, right? Absolutely flawlessly. And fast, too. Look at the speed of that go. Holy. Gotta do the same for steel, all the other stuff. But I think you've seen enough. Like, it can be done. Do you want to do it? Probably not. And if you do it, don't do it like this. Not with this. Thanks for watching. Peace. Okay, by the way, we now have infused alloy in the thing, right? These dudes, these are sending it to this chain. Boom, they go on the chain, and then this guy picks it up. He's called Crafter, and he sends it back with Bobby Magee if Bobby Magee wants to work. And it'll bring it over here. My thing is unloaded now. I don't have any infused alloy in this storage, but I have it all over there. So if I said, you know what, I want to make an energy tablet. I already have one. Where is more? Boom, boom. We'll get there eventually. Boom. We got to do it in the crafter, though. And I say, make me 3 of them. Really confuse the system while it's trying to work. Bobby Magee should take things from here. Perhaps. He has one. That should be the package. Bobby, there it is, bud. Look at him go. So fast and efficient. And I'll tell you what, this guy you're watching, he might be some kind of genius. Or a straight idiot. Where's it at? Did you make it? Energy tablet? Yes. I get it now. He waited until he could get this whole box unloaded. And now he's still driving back and forth with that same package because here's the pickup for Mechanism stuff. Here's the drop-off for Crafter. So Bobby don't know because I have the package on there. I should skip this, stop, and go to the next one. And maybe that's something I can change in the settings. But as it stands right now, I think Bobby Magee will be bringing back the infused alloy on the boat, finally. And the crafter frog will send it to the crafter. We will be making energy tablets in the crafter. Now Bobby's like, I'm done. Union break time, because I don't know how to get past this next stop. If anyone knows how to fix that, please leave a comment along with BIMO. Peace.